Hello, I'm Gino. Welcome to Dazzle TV. It's 6 a.m. in the morning here in the Philippines, and I'm getting ready to go on my morning walk. Sunny day today, so I can go out and walk. It's been raining off and on here in Aklan province, so here we go. I was chatting with my good friend Robbie from Rhode Island, and he was telling me he got this idea from me because back in 2011, before I moved here to the Philippines, I got a bank account when I was still in the US. I got a bank account with Philippine National Bank here in the Philippines. So he went ahead and tried to do the same thing because Robbie came here last March. We actually got to meet him in person, had a great time, and he's heading back here. I think he's heading back here in October or November. So he decided to open a bank account, Philippine National Bank in the US, and have a branch here in the Philippines. So he was successful. He opened it in New York, and his branch here in the Philippines will be in Calibo. So now he's got a bank account here in the Philippines, and he actually told me that he's just waiting on his ATM card. So he's actually gonna have a Philippine National Bank ATM card, and that's really helpful because here in the Philippines there's people that I've known, both friends and both on Facebook. It's just hit or miss when opening a bank account here. Some banks will let you open an account here as an expat, but some won't. So instead of going through that hassle of trying to open a bank account here, it's a good idea if you can open the bank in the US while you're there. And I remember when I opened my bank account, I actually did it online when I was in the US. I didn't even have to go to Los Angeles. So that's really helpful. You know, it's like if you do that, if you open a bank account before you get here. That way, that's one less thing that you have to worry. So it just gave me an idea to do a video on some tips before moving here to the Philippines. Another issue I've been seeing online regarding people moving here in the Philippines, that they're having problem once they get here, is accessing their banks in the United States and accessing government websites, especially. Like for us, some people are having problem accessing like the VA website, because what happens is in the US they're requiring you a text message to your cell phone number, and once you come here to the Philippines, you're only gonna have your Filipino cell phone, unless, you know, I do know some people that bring their T-Mobile and things like that phone, but that's a lot of money here. You'll still have to pay a phone for the US. A lot of people just give up their phone in the US. There's chickens again. I see the same chicken here when I walk in the morning. There's one rooster. Now he's got two hens that he's following. The other day they only had one hen. So when you're here in the Philippines, you know, it's going to be hard to access some websites. Not all, because some websites will let you get your text message in email. Like me, my bank account in the US allows me to get that code in my email. So the solution for that is, I've seen people, before you come to the Philippines, get a number, a US number. You can get that again in the US online. I think Google is one, Google Phone. There's several companies that can give you a phone number. So try to do that before you get here, because once you get here, some of those things are hard to do here. Because what happens is when you get here to the Philippines, it'll tell you when you go to the website and when you apply for these numbers, it'll tell you not available in the Philippines. Or, you know, that's what I found out. When I left the US, I had a number with Magic Jack, and I kept those for a few years, but I no longer have it because after a year or two, I figured I didn't need it here, you know. So I just had it when I first moved here in 2011 because I figure it's a way for me to contact family and friends in the US. But now I just use Messenger. It's free, you know, it's free to use Messenger. I think the most important thing when you come here to the Philippines is to make sure that when you come here, you have medical insurance. It would be a big mistake if you come here to the Philippines without medical insurance, thinking that, well, it's cheap, you know, it's not going to cost me much, I'll just put it on my credit card, or I got savings, and that would be a big mistake. Even my friend Robbie, last year when he came here, before he even got here, he got insurance from Pacific Cross here in the Philippines, and he was able to do that. The interview and the application, they did it all on Zoom, so he didn't actually have to be in person or anything. The sales rep for Pacific Cross called him in the United States, a video call, and he got his application in. So even before he got here in March, he already had Pacific Cross medical insurance, so he was really prepared. And that's a big worry, you know, like for people that come here, because there's a lot of horror stories here about expats coming here to the Philippines without insurance, and then they get sick, and next thing you know, they're asking for help from other expats, from the US Embassy, because they're in a hospital and they can't pay their bill. So that would be a big mistake if you come here to the Philippines without medical insurance, because contrary to belief, it is not cheap here for medical care. When you go to Manila, Angel City, Cebu, it's gonna cost you. The hospitals are not cheap. Another thing I wanted to talk about is visa. Staying here in the Philippines. If you're not sure about staying here in the Philippines long term, it's best to just come here on a tourist visa, because when you land here in the airport, you're automatically given 30 days tourist visa, and then before that 30 days end, you can get another 30-day visa. It's really simple, you know. There's plenty of places where you can get it extended, and after the 2 months you can start extending it 6 months at a time. After 2 months, you'll get 4 more months, and then that's 6 months visa. And you can actually extend that tourist visa all the way up to 3 years before you have to exit. And exiting, all that means is you can buy a ticket to Hong Kong or Thailand, which is gonna only cost you about $200 round trip, and fly there, stay there overnight, one day come back to the Philippines, and your tourist visa starts again. So it's not a big deal getting the resident visa right away, because, you know, a lot of people come here, they think they're gonna love it, but there's also people that come here that don't like it here in the Philippines. So tourist visa should be okay. When I came here, I was on a balikbayan visa. I didn't have dual citizenship at the time, so my thinking was every year I would just the balikbayan visa is for former Filipino citizens, and it's good for 1 year. And my thinking was, after 1 year, I would just fly to Thailand or Hong Kong, then come back to the Philippines. Another thing you want to do before you leave the United States is make sure to renew your driver's license, because that's important, because when you get here to the Philippines, at least you won't have to renew your driver's license for a while. And also, you'll need that to get a Philippine driver's license. And with Philippine driver's license, here with the Land Transportation Office, that's the DMV version here in the Philippines, it's like hit or miss again regarding getting a license. From what I've seen, the 12 years I've been here, people getting driver's license here, it just depends on the office that you go to. A lot of times it helps if you know somebody that works in that office, that will help you through the process. Because I'll give you an example. When Jack was here last year, he's on a tourist visa, and people were telling us, oh, there's no way he can get a driver's license on a tourist visa. And I was able to help him get a driver's license. So again, it's like hit or miss. It's like when we went to get Jack's driver's license, what helped was we were polite. We would ask nicely. We didn't think we could get it, but when we were at the LTO, the lady we were talking to, she was very helpful and gave him a driver's license. And he didn't even have to take a test. He didn't have to do anything. It was basically paying the fee, and he got the driver's license. So, it's hit or miss getting a driver's license. Again, it's good if you find somebody that works there and that can help you. I also renewed my passport before I left the United States back in 2011. So it was good for 10 years. And of course, it's like after being here 10 years, it was going to expire. But the good thing here is it's not hard to renew here in the Philippines regarding passport. I actually just had to mail. I had to mail the application with my passport photo, and then I had to get a cashier's check. That was probably the hardest thing, was getting a cashier's check, because it's not an easy process here with the bank getting a cashier's check. But I was able to get that, and all I had to do was mail my application to the US Embassy, and I got my passport in 30 days. It was like a quick process. It was like delivered. I think at that time it was Air 21 that delivered it, but this time I think the DHL delivers the passport now when you get a new passport. Oh, there's my friend Dada. Hey bro, what's up, man? So just walking around, finishing my walk here, trying to think of more tips I can give you. Oh, as far as your ATM and credit cards, that would also be good if you can get a new card, like get the expiration dates, ask your bank to for your debit and credit card, get the farthest expiration date, because that's another issue once your cards in the United States start expiring here, as far as getting them renewed. It's good if you have a person in the US that you can trust, that they'll let you use their address and phone number in the US. That would be good, but that could be dangerous too. It's like not everybody's got people that close to them that they can trust with their money. So just be careful. Be careful with that situation. But it's good to get the cards at least 4 or 5 years. That way you don't have to worry about renewing them right away when you get here. Basically, the less things that you have to worry about when you get here, the better. It's like that way you can just get here, just enjoy your moving here in the Philippines. I was just reading an article online, and the Philippines continue to be one of the top destinations here in Asia regarding moving here and retiring here. The article I read, the Philippines was like number 2. Number 1 was Cambodia. Again, because of the cost of living here, the beaches, and a lot of a lot of the dive sites. You know, it's like the resorts are just beautiful. There's so many resorts. Pretty much any province you go in the Philippines, or you're going to be close to a nice beach. So that still seems to be the attraction for people to move in the Philippines. All right, I got a pretty good sweat going now. You know, it's like I'm done with my walk. I walked about 20 minutes, so that's good walk for me. Just trying to get my strength back. You know, it's like hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching.
We'll see you in the next video.